Okay, so this is my video on creating a SQL database. So let's waste no time, get started. Um, so to start, I'm gonna have to create a resource. I go to database, SQL database right here, hit create, and then yes, perfect. The create SQL database pane appears. So to go through some of the settings, for your subscription, the concierge uh, subscription that can stay resource group will be this one. Database details. So the name will be DB1, and then select create new server. All right. So for the server, we go in for the server name SQL server. And we'll do 56890. 58690, sorry. That'll work. And then the location, US East, that can stay as is. Your authentication, use SQL authentication. And then SQL user for your login. SQL user. Perfect, got that going. And then the password will be capital P A $, W0 RD1234. What a fantastic password. And re-enter it. And boom, that is done. I can hit OK and confirm that. Alright, perfect. So we got the server up and running now. Now, do I want to use the SQL Elastic Pool? No. Compute storage can stay as is. And then backup storage redundancy can stay as is. Alright, next go to the networking. Okay, so for the networking, public endpoint. And leave these as is. Default perfect. TLS 1.2 perfect. Next, move on to security. And for enable Azure Defender for SQL, choose not now. Everything else can stay as is. Additional settings, moving on. A sample, the data, SQL lat in general, perfect. That's the only one that shows up. And now I can review and create. All right. Now going over all this, making sure all this is correct. It's all correct. Hit create. And I gotta wait for it to validate and deploy. So that will be a little bit. So I will come back as soon as that's all done. Okay. So now that the deployment is complete, I'm gonna go to the resource. And boom. DB1 SQL Server 58690 is up and running. So next, I need to configure firewall settings and set allow Azure. Yes, leave other settings as default. And then I will save. All right, now I got to test the database. So I got to go here, all resources, and then I go to DB1 SQL Server, query editor, sign in as SQL user. Okay, so it's throwing up an error right now, but that's okay. That's part of this lab. I already did this. So it's saying that the client IP address is not allowed to access the server. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in the query overview, and in the command bar, set server firewall, and in the client IP. Perfect. So that's added now. And then hit save. Alright, so now this should be done. And I should be able to go to our resources. You query editor preview, and should be able to log in. Boom, look at that. I am in now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this code over here from my notes, paste that in there, and then run it. And I have successfully ran that query. And boom, that's it. I have created an SQL database. Thank you for joining me in this video.